All right, man. Another edition of Cujo for Life, the podcast, man. I'm your host, DJ Trill. Shout out to the co-host, Jeremy Meredith. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? It's been a wild week, man. Put it that
Man,
way.
uh, a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot of announcements, some changes, obviously, that will be taking place as far as the game is concerned. And, man, we just got to get into it, man. Playoff standings. What do the chances look like for the playoffs this not this week, but this season? And so what I'm gonna do right now, man, and I'm gonna let you jump into it in just a second. I'm gonna make sure I share this in the right places, man. Make sure we are visible to everybody. And let's see. Okay, okay. Da. Story. Okay. I'm just doing some sharing, some last minute sharing. I always try to share this in the Cujo football group so we can get as many viewers as possible. Let's see. Let me just. All right, so man, a whole lot to talk about, man. First of all, man, welcome everybody that is tuned in. We are back for another week of the podcast, and man, we got a show tonight because uh, man, a lot of things happened Friday that really will sum up or could sum up what we need to do for this week versus Midlothian, and obviously our very last game versus Red Oak in 2 weeks. So, Jeremy, I'm gonna let you kick it off, bro, and I'll just kind of piggyback on you, and man, we just gonna have to be completely transparent tonight. uh, Side note, let me just say, while I got people's attention, man, any topics that we discuss or things that we speak about, we try to get as much factual information as possible. Whatever sources that we have to pull from. And let me just say this, man, this is not a show where we don't bash coaches, and we for absolutely don't bash kids, man. So, but we do give our opinion on what we feel has to happen. So, if you are new to the show, man, just keep in mind that if we're not saying something, man, we're purposely not saying some things out of respect for the players and the coaches at the end of the day. So, with that being said, man, Jeremy, I'll let you kick it out, bro.
Man, I'm gonna just say it like this, man. I think me and you can agree, man. This is not the game that we definitely expected. I definitely didn't expect the outcome. I didn't expect them to put up 42 points on us at all, man. If anything, I knew the game it could be potentially competitive, especially with where we are in the playoff race. We're still in it, so it's still not out of the question for us to be able to get in. But man, we definitely made it a lot harder to get in. So let's just put it that way. Um, this is the same game, honestly, that kept us out of the playoffs last year. If you go back and just look at how everything transpired, because I believe Burleson Satender wound up getting that fourth place spot. And it was the game against us that ultimately sealed that game for them because I know they wound up losing to Red Oak in Highland Park last year, and they wound up being Joshua, which was that third game that they needed to get in the playoffs. So, man, hopefully that's just not the case again this year. Hopefully, man, over these next two games, man, we can pull out at least one because all we need really is just one game. And that's what I was hoping we were going to be able to do on Friday just to seal that fate for us. And then from there, all you're doing at that point is just working on trying to get uh, a home playoff game. But we can't worry about that right now. Right now, the focus should be just on just winning and just getting in the playoffs. And then from that point, you can worry about how seeding might work and who needs to lose and who doesn't. But man, right now, just you just need to worry about winning the game because obviously we didn't do that on Friday. It just wasn't a good output just on either side. I mean, the game just the vibes of the game, man, just didn't start out good. I mean, you essentially let an onside kick happen without anybody really noticing. It kind of just threw us off guard, and I mean, just from that point on, man, it just didn't just the whole game just didn't feel right, man. I didn't feel like we could get in a rhythm on offense, and our defense was just doing the best that they could out there, man. With them, with especially playing behind and just starting out the game like that, you know. So that's just my perspective on what I had on the game. You go ahead and tell me what you think.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, that opening kickoff, and man, you've heard me say it time and time again on the sideline, and we talk about this off camera a lot. When you're the underdog or you're just trying to come out and win, you have to find a way to steal a possession or possessions. And that is what Burleson Centennial did. They stole that opening possession with that onside
Hmm.
kick. When I saw those two ends sprinting down to get in
I already
position,
knew. I
I
already
knew
knew.
something was wrong. So, and I just felt like our reaction to that was super delayed. Um, Maybe that's something they haven't done on film, but at this stage in the game, at this stage in the
You
season,
got to
man, I think
expect
you just got to
everything.
be prepared for everything. You don't want to get caught slipping like that because they had to have that game just as much as we did. They're
Hmm.
fighting for the playoffs too. They've had a rough year. Granted, we have too, but our biggest mistake or our biggest problem so far up until that game was we couldn't finish games. You go back to Marshall, with the exception of the legacy game, Marshall, Lufkin, I mean, you dog Seagoville, Highland Park. Um, you were within, less than a touchdown of either winning those games. A couple of games were just a field goal. So the biggest thing that had been hurting us was just not finishing games. We've been in most of those games except the legacy game, and to just go up to Burleson, man, and that effort or that outcome and the deficit to be what it was just shocking. I'm just gonna say it, man. You were not supposed to lose that game.
Hmm.
Uh, you were not supposed to lose that game. I don't care what anybody says on paper. You've got enough talent to beat a Burleson Centennial. Thing is, they had a game plan. They executed it. I don't know what our game plan was, but I could just say that I'm not gonna say the effort wasn't there, but the execution definitely lacked in totality. So I'll start by saying that, and I know some changes were made within the game, but I think it had almost been too late, and the game was decided. Um, so with that being said, that's last week. That's in the past. This Friday, so let's just make the announcement now. If you haven't heard, I shared it earlier. As soon as I got the information, the game Friday versus Midlothian, which is senior night, has been moved to 5 o'clock p.m. Okay, Friday night. The game is still here, but it's going to be 5 o'clock p.m. instead of 7 o'clock p.m. Because
And
of this inclement weather we got coming in.
also senior, I think the actual senior night festivity started at 4:30. So
Okay, yeah,
it's gonna be a real early start, man.
yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I know this probably will affect a lot of people getting there at least on time because a lot of people just getting off of work at five
Yeah,
o'clock. I mean, I hate it, but I think they're doing what's best, seeing that this weather
yeah.
could potentially affect the game. And I mean, I'd rather have the game played in, dry conditions than it to be a sloppy game or to be called at halftime. Then you got to come back and reschedule it for Saturday or something like that. And this is a district game, so we need it. Um, so yeah, 5 o'clock p.m. Will be kickoff this Friday, and a lot of games in the DFW area. And it looks like moving down to East Texas have already been scheduled for a different time. So With that being said, also let me just um, while I'm doing announcements right now. So shout out to my girl Marcy. So the car show that was originally scheduled for this Friday, I'm sorry, this Saturday, October the 25th, has been moved to next Saturday, November the 1st, from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. I believe that's the same time, the exact same time. So, man, reach out to Marcy Lee if you have any questions. She's actually here in the chat right now. But that has been moved from October 25th to November the 1st. So, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, because um, we don't know what this weather is going to do. So, I think, yeah, that was the right move to just reschedule. We
Yeah.
still have DJ Juice. All the same rules still apply. And I'll touch on that a little further into the podcast. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
man. That's the same thing, man, that I'm saying is just gotta win, man. And also to allude back to the point about the time change, I wonder if that's going to be in our favor, if that would help us a little bit more since we're at home, you know, because it is, usually on Fridays, you're used to your normal, your normal Friday pregame routines. And I
Mhm.
wonder for like a Midlothian, especially since they got to travel pretty good distance, is that kind of going to throw off some things for them that they might have normally have done on a Friday, or do they just push it and make things a little more earlier? But I mean, just even little tweaks like that can throw off stuff, especially when you're not at home doing it and you're having to leave to go somewhere and do it, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. They're already the road team, which, that's supposed to give you a disadvantage, when you have to travel. And with that being pushed up, now what I will say, I guarantee you that coach is gonna have some kind of he's gonna have them ready. Um
Hmm.
Now how ready they'll be, I still feel like we should be able to take advantage of that. Um but it ultimately comes down to executing, making the plays. Man, I'm gonna say it time and time again. We as a football team cannot keep getting in these big holes, man. You did it against Legacy, but you never came back from that. It happened against Highland Park. It happened last week. Um, I want to say, yeah, those three games for sure, man. 21-0 deficits, and the Legacy game was just blown out of proportion, man, to where it wasn't even reachable to come back. But you asking your defense to do an awful lot when you keep going three and out, and we're not really moving the ball, making mistakes. It's just a recipe for disaster, man. So I really want to see the offense come out firing. Man, those three and outs on the first drives, like,
It
man, that's
hurts,
killing
man.
us. That's killing us, man. That's killing
Yeah,
us,
and that's
man.
that's what I think too, man. I think we just have to start when we get the ball like that first. Because especially now, man, I think teams are starting to notice, man, just let us have the ball first, man, because we just struggle so much on that first drive for whatever reason it is, man. And I just would like to see us be extreme, like a lot more aggressive on the first drive, more than we have in the previous weeks, man. Because that's just now it's just becoming a trend almost. Like, all right, we're gonna get in this game, we're gonna be down 7 points, we're gonna be down 14 points, and now we're having to just claw back every week. You can't just keep doing that every week, man. You got to take that first drive and go score, especially if the other team has already done that, man. You can't just keep doing that every single week. It's already caught up to us. It caught up to us last week. You went down and you just could not come back, man, because it just was an off night for the offense. It was one of those weeks where it was just an off night, and we paid the price.
Yeah, I totally agree because, man, what we got to understand is none of these teams are going to give us anything, man. Yeah, we got talent to win these games, but just because you got talent, man, doesn't equal a win.
Hmm.
So I just want to see us a little bit more locked in, a little bit more focused. I mean, we should be in playoff mentality now, where it's a win or go home situation.
Well, the
Um,
playoffs start this week, man. It starts this
yeah,
week.
I would just like to see a sense of urgency. I want to see more energy. Just because you're down, man, I'm looking, I'm on the sideline, man. The kids, they kind of get down, man. I really hate that, man. I wish they could find a spark or some kind of energy, and most of the time it comes off of a big play. But Friday, we just didn't have any big plays to capitalize on, and you can see that it drained the energy from the visitor side, which was Tyler High.
Yeah, man, this is where your fans also got to come in, man, during this home game and this senior night. We need the fans to energize the players, man. They feed off of that, and y'all might not realize it, but they really do. Like they hear y'all. And if y'all are getting loud in the stands, man, just as loud as we would back in the day, man, during the playoffs games, man, we need that same energy on Friday night because we need this game really, really bad. Really bad, man. It'll make things a whole lot better if we can get this win on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, man. Like the fan base and the band, shout out to Mr. Larry Wade, man, and shout out to the Big Blue Band, for receiving a Division 1 rating, man.
Oh yeah.
Um, Congrats to those guys. A lot of hard work and effort from the band, what they do week in and week out, performing at halftime. So shout out to those guys. Magnificent job. But the band and the fans go hand in hand, man. Because when the band is playing, that's when y'all should find y'all's energy. And when the players look back in the stands and they see y'all up on y'all's feet and they see the band doing their thing, then it's just a transfer
Yeah.
of energy, man. So we need everything to just gel together. This week is senior night. I know a lot of parents will be there in attendance for senior night. A lot of relatives, and this should be a statement game as far as like, hey, we might have let people down last week, but we got to come back and claim this, man. So whatever happens to do that or whatever needs to happen, we need a victory this Friday, man, so we can, because what just happened was, and I'll tell y'all exactly where we are in the standings. You went from third and you slid all the way down to fifth behind Red Oak and Burleson Centennial. So you sit at 2-2 in district. I'm sorry, y'all. You sit at 2-2 in district play, and right now the only other teams that have more losses are Joshua and Cleburne with 3 losses and 4 losses respectively. So you're trending in the wrong direction, man. A win will definitely get you in the playoffs. And I just want to note something real quick because I get on Smokey from time to time, man, and I just read stuff that either I can bring back to the podcast as informative or whatever. But I see
Mhm.
people saying, it was crazy for us to be talking about playoffs. Listen, our job when the
Mhm.
team is winning, when the team is in the position to make the playoffs, our job as a podcast is to make the fans aware of this is what we have to do to make the playoffs. So it's not like we're jumping the gun saying we're a playoff team. What we really stated was if you win this game, we are a playoff team. So that's what we do. That is our job to do it. So just like we lost Friday, it is our job to tell you guys, hey, this dropped us down to number 5, but this is what we have to do to get in the playoffs. So, you know, man, let's just kind of, chill with the whole, we shouldn't be talking about players. I'm going to always talk about playoffs until we're eliminated. So,
Yeah.
if that ain't the kind of energy
I don't even know
that we
how
bringing,
I
yeah, if
don't
we're
even know
not
how
bringing
that's
that
a
kind of energy,
problem, man.
man,
That's crazy.
I don't either
Mm.
because I mean this still could be a playoff year. I don't care what happened last week. You still got 2 more weeks to prove some people wrong. So that's our job, man. To talk about the potential or the possibilities of this football team. That's what the podcast is for. I just wanted to throw that out there. What else we got here, man?
You can't please everybody, man. Somebody's always got to say
No,
something, man.
no,
You
you can't please everybody, and we definitely can't do that, and we're not gonna try to do that.
know.
But as far as just what we need to do, we've already laid it out, man. So technically, even if you lose to Midlothian, which would be horrible, you have to count on beating Red Oak. And Red Oak has started to turn their season around right now. They are currently 4-3. They rolled off 2 I want to say two district games in a row,
Yeah.
and I mean they're starting to hit stride. So they're 2-1 currently right now. I just don't want it to come down to Red Oak because you got to go on the road. And let me tell y'all something, man. I went to the Red Oak game last year, the freshman and the JV. That is a very hostile environment. Think Sock or DeSoto. So it's already going to be hostile for the varsity to go there. I just don't want it to come down
To
to
worrying
going
about
on the
that
road,
game.
man. Yeah,
You
I'd
have
rather
it's a
take
lot
business at
easier.
home, man.
Yeah, it's
It,
a lot easier to win a home game than it would be to go out there on the last game of the season, too. Got to think about that too, man.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's senior night for them. So, um, a couple of things. We still have a chance now. If we're talking about the second seed, I just think that's just out of the picture right now. The main thing you want to worry about now is just getting in the playoffs and let the chips
Yeah,
fall wherever they may. Man, you're just gonna have to take whoever that matchup is. If it's a 4-1 matchup, you're just gonna have to take it. If we have to travel, we're just gonna have to travel.
yeah. Because right now I was looking at the standings, and it's it's gonna be hard, man, to get that second seed right now at this moment.
Yeah.
Because especially with us being fifth, you got mid now. This is now if you go through the scenarios potentially to get second, it's a lot of things that's got to happen.
Hmm.
So, of course, you have to be Midlothian, right? That'll put you back at like third or fourth place, somewhere in there.
Hmm.
Then you'd have to be that will put Red Oak because I don't see. Let's see, Red Oak. They have Centennial this week. So I think they're gonna beat Centennial. That's just me. Now, if they don't beat Centennial, I mean, it's good and bad. It could be good and bad, depending on how that goes. But I'm thinking that they're going to beat Centennial, so that'll put Centennial at 2 losses,
Hmm.
and that means we'll be tied back with Centennial. But that will
Still
be
got the
they'll
head to
have the
head.
head to head, so they'll still be in front of us. So that would put you probably tied for fourth with Red Oak, if I'm being correct. So then let's say you beat Midlothian, you beat Red Oak, right?
Mm.
Centennial still has to play. They still have to play, I think, is it Red Oak and Joshua, correct?
Um, are you referring to Centennial,
Yeah, because right now that's the problem you're gonna have right now. Yeah, they play Red. No, they play Red Oak and Highland
Red
Park,
Oak, Highland
and then
Park,
they
and Joshua?
yeah. So I think they're
So
gonna
they got two
lose to
potential
Red
losses
Oak.
coming up.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose the next two. Now that key game is gonna be that Joshua game, which is it could go either way with that game.
Hmm.
That's their last game of the season. They playing
And
at
they go
Joshua.
to Joshua. Yeah.
So I mean, they could easily lose out and then be out the playoffs, and that head to head goes away.
Yeah.
That's
Some
would be
kind
the
of way.
best. That'd be the best case scenario for us
Yeah. You want to. So what would cancel out that head to head is if they lose out.
because that put them at
And
4 losses.
yeah, and then we could just win this week, and that would automatically put them out of the playoffs. And I don't know. So here's the thing: we played Midlothian this week. They have
Hmm.
only lost to
They lost to
uh
Joshua.
they
That's their
lost to
one
Joshua.
loss. Now that's the one loss they didn't have last year. They weren't defeated when we played them last year.
So here's the thing: if they lose this week, they will be 3-2.
So we'll be tied with them. We'll have the head to head.
Yeah. So as of right now, you will be tied because they're 2-1. Okay, so yeah, we'll be 3-2. They will be 2-2 because they've already had a bye, so
Oh
we have
yeah,
to
yeah,
account
yeah.
for
They had a
that.
bye. Yeah, they had a bye.
So you could potentially jump back up to at least third place
Yeah, to
with the
third.
win over Midlothian. That's why I say, man, this game is huge. If you beat Midlothian, who has already lost to Joshua, see them losing to Joshua,
That really messed up things for them.
that messed up some stuff because they're still gonna more than likely you lose to Highland Park, and that Red Oak game is a 50-50 game. Um, so they could get a couple more losses too, but we need to beat them first. We need to beat
Now,
them first.
oh, so now that makes sense. So if you went out, you could still get the 2 seed, but you'd
Need
have
to
to win
win
both
out.
games. You'd have to
Need to
win
win
both to
out.
get the 2 seed. If you don't win both, the best you can get is third.
hmm Which ain't horrible. I mean, it's a road game,
Yeah.
but you will play the two
So yeah,
seed in the
that's the
district next over.
scenario, man. I made
hmm
that harder than what it had to be.
Man, it well when
It's
you
just so many variables, man.
when we don't win and you don't get those head to heads, that's what it comes down to. You have to look at what other teams are doing, and if they lose to this team, when ultimately you just want to win, if it's possible, and you don't have to worry about that. So, and I said this was going to change from week to week, whether we were winning or other teams were winning or losing. It was going to change from week to week, and that's exactly what it's done. Um,
And it's
so
also bearing that Centennial doesn't come up and sneak up on Red Oak or a Highland Park. Because now if they beat Red Oak, then they only need one more win to possibly get that second seed. If they beat Red Oak, they would only need one more win to get the second seed because they would get the head to head over us, even if we won our last two games.
yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, so a lot of different scenarios in this week alone. But the first order of business is to just try to get a victory. I don't care if it's by a point, a field goal. I would love to see, if it came down to it, since we end up in some of these close game situations where we take our kicker and get a walk-off field goal, game-winning field goal, man. Just I feel
he
like we haven't
deserved.
had nothing.
I
Yeah,
ain't saying we want to be in that situation, but he
yeah.
deserved one.
But if it come down to it, I trust him. I definitely
Yeah, I
trust
do.
him.
He probably the best to me. He probably one of the top kickers in the state, man. That's some he can. If a lot of people don't know, but he
He can
kicks
do
from
50
50.
easy. Yeah,
He can
well, he
kick
did it last
50.
year. Yeah, he can do 50 easy. Um,
So once we pass if we from right there at the 30, I'm good. I'm cool. I trust him,
yeah.
man, to kick it and make it.
Um, so I'll talk briefly about, I don't know what the game plan is for Coach Woods this week, and I'm not going to get into personnel as far as who's on the field. Um, I would love to see us establish the run early in the game. I think when we get into situations where we have to throw the ball a little earlier than we would like to, um, not saying that we can't, but teams can kind of just pin their ears back and just come after you. That's what teams have been doing. You saw Cleburne sending pressure. Now, unfortunately, they just ran out of gas and they just didn't have the firepower to go touchdown for touchdown with us. But I would love to see us establish the run with those two running backs in Kadarius McMillan and Ashton Ariaga. And I would love to see Potts get some of that too, man, because I think he just adds a different factor into that running game. But for whatever we end up doing personnel wise, I would love to see us run the ball and not get in those 3-and-out situations so we can make third down a little bit easier and not have to
Yeah.
throw the ball as much. So, and I think you said what is Midlothian running? Is that a 3-3-5 as well? Have you been able to look at that?
No, I haven't been able to look at their defense, but I do know that their offense does run. They basically run what Joshua and what Burleson Centennial run. They just run it out the pistol or the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of being under the center and doing it, they're running it out of that. So they're just running out of the shotgun or the pistol with the H
Mm-hmm.
back.
Yep.
They like whatever their H back or fullback is. That's usually going to be the main blocker for the quarterback. So I mean, we pretty much know the quarterback from last year and how that game went playing against him. Um, it didn't go that well, but hey, you got it. This is your second chance, man, to do right, man. You done seen him. You got enough film on him, just like you did last year. So hopefully, man, the outcome is a lot different than it was last year. Hopefully, we can shore up our run defense, man, especially because I think honestly, out of Burleson Centennial and Joshua, Midlothian is gonna have. They're probably gonna be the toughest running team that we have played in
This
district
this
by
this
far.
ain't this ain't the game to be missing tackles. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No,
uh, that quarterback
he's
um,
not afraid to run
who
over to anybody.
is a ex linebacker. He was a linebacker his sophomore year. He became a quarterback last year, his junior year when we first played him. If anything, he's not afraid to run the ball for one, and he's not afraid to run through you. So that arm tackling stuff is not going to get it, man. We got to come out physical, get off the field on third down. And this was also a team that likes to do fake punts. They do think
Hmm.
they're gonna do some things to throw you off. So we got to be alert, man. I'm telling you. Um,
From the first kick,
from
man.
jump. Matter of fact, I would love to see us challenge somebody for an onside kick, man, after a touchdown or something. Because, like I said, man, you got to find a way to steal possessions. And against a team that can score pretty much toe to toe with you, I just feel like you have to level the playing field a little bit, man, to go steal a possession, whether it's a turnover
I
or
love
an
that.
onside kick.
I love that by Centennial, man. I love that game plan of just being aggressive, being a gambler. You got to do that, man. If you want to win those games that you know that you might not have a chance in if it gets into a shootout. And they knew that. They knew they could not get in the shootout with us. So they had to steal those possessions. And they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And it messed
Yeah,
up everything for us. And I feel like that's something we need to start implementing in our game plans too, man. Just man, because nobody's gonna expect us to do it because we haven't done it.
that's true.
So I mean, if this
That's
is the
true.
perfect time to do it now.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
not on film that we do it. So just do it now. This would be the perfect game to do it in at home.
Man, you fighting for the playoffs, plain and simple. So nothing should be
Nothing should be out
off
off
the
the
table,
nothing.
man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything
this,
should be
we're
out
not
there.
coaches. We're not telling them what to do or nothing like that. But and we seeing other teams trying to get one up on us, and they doing it. So we got to come with something, man. I know our game plan is our game plan, and I know he's trying to draw that up to get a victory. But man, sometimes you need a little bit more, man. These teams ain't messing around, man. They want the playoffs just like we do.
Yeah. And it's very possible, man. We just gotta go out there and just gamble it, man. I would be okay with it, man, if we just take a gamble every now and then. I would
What
not
Bruce
have a
Arians used
problem.
to say, he said no risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah,
So
no
that means
risk it, no
if
biscuit,
you're not willing to risk something, then the outcome is whatever it is. And basically, what we're saying, if you don't go down swinging, hey, will we ever know what our chances really were? So,
I don't know, man.
um, man, that's pretty much the sum of it right now. I'm gonna try, man. Are the freshmen any freshman moms or JV moms? Where are the guys playing this week? Are the freshmen at home? I haven't really paid attention to that. I did see Emily. Shout out to her, man. I know she's a freshman mom. Where are the freshmen playing this week? I really want to.
They should be on the road, right?
Man, they switch that back and forth sometime. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd be playing up here in Midlothian. So uh they haven't really posted anything about it either. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they playing on Thursday tomorrow in Midlothian, both freshmen and JV.
Both teams.
That
Okay.
freshmen play at 5:30 at Frank Seal Middle School, and the
hmm
JV play at 5:30 at Midlothian High School.
Okay. Well, as soon as I get any updates from the freshman squad or JV squad, man, I try to keep everybody informed. I don't get to make those games as much as I would like to. But shout out to both teams. I don't have a
Been
record
hearing good
for either
things,
team.
man. Been
Yeah.
hearing good things.
Freshman quarterback Jacob Harper, man. From what I've been told, is he's really started to settle in with his offensive ability, seeing the field, making those passes, tucking the ball and running when he needs to, and also sliding to avoid big hits. So shout out to Coach Collier and his staff. And then, like I said, I don't have very much information on the JV, but I know those guys go out and compete and fight hard every single week. So shout out to them as well, man. Definitely want to make sure we're giving the sub varsity some love. And I guess Marcy, you got anything that I didn't add as far as the car show? We do know that the car show has changed from October 25th to November the 1st from 1 to 4 p.m. Same location and the same time, just a different date. There is a $25 entry fee. We will have DJ Juice live in the mix. And it's just a community event to come out and help raise money for the football team. Those proceeds go to meals and things of that nature, snacks. Um, but you got two district games left, man. So it's do or die. Either these two games gonna be the last two of the year, or we're gonna find a way to win at least one of them and roll into the playoffs. So as much as I would like to say what we gonna do, we gotta wait and see Friday.
what would you put down? Oh, before I get to that, Rod Lee said both freshman and JV at Midlothian High School. So I just want to correct that. I just saw that here in the comments. So both freshmen and JV at Midlothian High School. Freshmen start at 4:45, JV at 6:15.
Hmm. Okay,
Okay,
we
so
appreciate that, Rod and Marcy.
and y'all said registration starts at 8 a.m. on November 1st.
Yeah, so early that morning, you have to come out as early as you can after 8 o'clock or at 8 o'clock. When is there a certain cutoff for registration? I think that would be good to uh, know when it would be cut off. What's the latest that you can register as well? Because I the car show starts at 1, so I would imagine registration may be from what maybe like 8 to 12, 8 to 11, or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, I know she'll post it here in just a second. Uh,
While waiting on that, what would you say this week across the district? What would you rate? Let's go top three. The top three most important games in the district and how they're going to affect the district. What would be your top three, starting at number three?
mm, top three. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Red Oak uh, versus Burleson Centennial. Um, Red Oak is a team that has struggled this year for whatever reason. I do not know. I don't really have film on them,
Hmm.
but that's a game right there. If they just beat us with the caliber of players that we have, and Burleson Centennial is playing at home again, keep an eye on that game right there. Um, I feel that Burleson Centennial, with the confidence that they just gained after beating us for the second time in a row, they obviously would probably feel pretty confident about beating Red Oak. Now, that's not to say that it will happen, but I do think that that game right there will have a lot of playoff uh, indications on the line as far as seeding, because we're starting to see Burleson Centennial gain some steam, gain some confidence. And I will say
Hmm.
that after you beat us, Tyler High, with what we had coming back this year, especially on offense, they probably have a ton of confidence right there. You probably didn't see it in the stands because I just thought that their home crowd was just. I mean, Joshua had a better turnout than they did.
Yeah.
If you're talking about just straight up energy, I didn't understand that,
Even with
man.
them
Like,
being up as much, even with all the crazy plays that they were making, they just
yeah,
weren't really. I was like, really? I
yeah, that didn't
was
make
like,
sense to
okay.
me. That didn't make
I'm
sense to me.
thinking maybe they were just as shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Maybe.
agree with you on that. Um, I'm gonna
Um,
go. Oh,
well,
go
you know
ahead.
what? Just do top two, man. Just top two. Cause that third
Okay,
game, man, the
I was
third
gonna say
game.
that third game because it's gonna be
Yeah.
Highland Park playing somebody, and you
Yeah.
can't really move them.
Cleburne.
Yeah, so
Let's do
yeah,
top
number
two.
one is us in Midlothian. Just because we need this game to get in the playoffs, and I do not want to count on beating Red Oak in Red Oak. Now, the good thing about after this week, whether you win or lose, is we have a bye. So this is a chance to get all the mistakes. If anybody has any lingering injuries, we would be able to go into Red Oak off of a bye. Sometimes
Hmm.
those buys can hurt you. Sometimes they can help because sometimes kids don't need to miss a beat. Sometimes it helps to just step away, refresh, come back with a different focus. So we'll see how we react to the bye week this week. I mean, on next week. I'm sorry, going into Red Oak, but I would love to go on the bye after beating Midlothian this Friday for sure.
Yeah, honestly, man, I actually kind of like the later bye weeks in the season than I do at the beginning. I just
Yeah, I
think
think this was
it's
kind of new for us. We normally have one like right in the middle of the season or right after non-district. I don't know how we ended up with it so late. I don't know if that's up to the coaches or that's just how it fell, but I ain't
I
mad
actually
at it.
like it because it do give you that little break too, because you only have one game and then potentially the playoffs. So you do
Hmm.
get a little break, just to get yourself reset and all that, man, closer to the end of the season.
Well, not only that, it kind of gave you a chance to go ahead and do what you needed to do because while these other teams were going on buys, that gave you a chance to get a game up potentially. Because when those teams were getting buys, I mean, that gave you a chance to put an extra win in the win column. If you could keep it that way. So um, this Friday, like I said, man, I think it's do or die. There's no way around it, and whether we win or lose next week, I'm not gonna come back, next week and just say we're done. But I think the chance of making the playoffs definitely decreases a lot more. I'm a realist, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and BS nobody. Um, and I'm trying to give people the the clean version. Man, we got to get our stuff together, man. We got to, man. Some of these mistakes have got to get corrected in practice, man. We cannot show up on game day after a full week of practice and put on a performance like this. I mean, Friday it was sloppy. It
It
was sloppy.
was,
We didn't look like
especially
a
this late
playoff
in the
team.
season, man.
No, no explanation for that, man. So whatever needs to happen, man, we just got to do better, man. Got to. And like I said, I'm giving us the clean version because I done had some conversations on the phone and oh man, I mean people panicking, man, and
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know
as they should,
I
man.
yeah, I mean um because ultimately it's not up to us. We don't play, we don't coach. Only thing we can do is spectate and just hope for a good outcome. But man, it's not trending in the right direction. So this needs to be a statement game right here, for sure. And I'm gonna leave it at that, man.
Hey, that's all. Look, all you can do, man, is just go out there and win. I mean, at this point, man, you just got to win, man. It ain't nothing else.
Ain't nothing else, man.
Just
is
got to
is
win, man.
is there's nothing else to do, man. So, and you know what? I'm not gonna get into this too much. But they have drawn a mock-up of what our district could look like next year. Um, Now this is all just hypothetical. Nothing set in stone because for one, we haven't done the snapshot, which is October 31st, uh, next Friday. And the snapshot. So let me just kind of put this in perspective for everybody. So the reason that Tyler High is in 5AD1 is because we met the cutoff between 5AD1 and 6AD2, which was right around 2,100 kids, and I think around somewhere around 1,900 kids. So that is the
It's gonna
total
be
enrollment of the school. Go ahead.
teetering, man. Between it's gonna be real close. That's what I think. It's gonna be real close, man. Hopefully,
Yeah,
the latter would be, man. We get to stay in 5A, man. But if we gotta go to 6A, man. We just gotta play.
I think we're gonna be safe as far as 6A. I heard it might be close, but um, that's another thing to kind of take into consideration. I know we were talking earlier this year about TISD redrawing the lines here in Tyler, and I'm getting worried that if they give us some of those kids back, that would definitely push us into 6A. So it's kind of like a catch 22, man, where okay, you get back a few kids, but is it worth it to have to go and play in 6A? And I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. If we are struggling in 5AD1, 6AD2 will be no cakewalk. And my other point was there's also word that some teams like Cedar Hill, Lancaster, and also DeSoto could potentially come down. And you could also be in a district with those guys, but we would. That's quite a ways away.
Hey, and
We won't know
another
that until
thing,
February, but something to look at.
another thing too, man. You never know what the UIL gonna do. I mean, they made a mock made a mock
They
district for us to
they
be
they
in
mess up.
Mesquite's district, and Look
They
where we
mess
are
up
right
every
now.
year. They mess up every year. They
So, man,
they mess up every year.
just because they say we might be with the Soto, don't mean we might be
Yeah,
with them.
yeah, that's for
They
sure.
might come up with something new, man, and then we wind up be right back in Fort Worth playing again, playing
Oh,
games.
I definitely don't want to, man. Um, so yeah, man, that's where we are right now. I'm remaining optimistic, um, keeping an open mind. But whatever happens this Friday, man, we will come back and we will discuss it next week. We're just hoping for a win, and we believe in the kids. We believe in the program, and we just want to see the fruits of the labor and just going out and being successful, man. So I think everybody agrees that uh,
Hmm.
we know it can be done. It's just going the extra mile, and we'll see come Friday, man. I'm real interested to see how this 5 o'clock kickoff, because for as long as I've been attending games, and even when I was going to school, I don't remember a game that had to be rescheduled. Now I was in 2000 when we played Katy High early in the season in non-district. We traveled to Katy, and there was a lightning delay that pushed the game back to like maybe like an 8 o'clock or 8:30 kickoff, and then we played a team from Nuevo Leon, I think 2012 or 2013. That
Hmm.
team from Mexico, and that game it didn't get rained out, but it rained the whole game. I'm talking about heavy rain. I don't know if some of y'all remember that, but in recent history, I haven't seen a 5 o'clock p.m. kickoff, or even where we had to move a game to a different day. I think we played Corsicana maybe around 2014 or 15, and we had to play a Saturday game
Yeah.
uh, to make that up, which was a district game. But so I guess, man, they feel like the weather could really be bad. So I guess we're just gonna have to trust what they're saying right now. But
It's
five
like you
o'clock,
said,
seven
though.
o'clock, man, just get a win.
Yeah. It's like you said earlier. I would much rather play a 5 o'clock game and have it finished than to play a 7 o'clock game and it gets delayed and then we're sitting there for hours and then you might not get to play again either that the whole night and then you got to come back, turn around, start the game from where it left off the next day, or they could cancel the whole thing and then you got to play the next day. Then it's gonna be weird because you ain't gonna have no bands there. It's just gonna be the
Hmm.
fans and it's just not going to be the same environment for that type of atmosphere you need for a game this important.
Yeah, with the game starting at 5, I'm thinking, man, we should probably be getting out of there by 8:30, 8:30 ish. Maybe not even 8:30. Maybe around 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
So that'll give you
Um,
time, man, to go watch the other games in the district.
I'm gonna tell you something now. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till next week. I'm gonna wait till next week. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, man. But yeah. So, man, I don't have anything else. I think we pretty much nailed what the objective is for this week, where we sit at as potential playoff seeding. So we know what has to happen. If it doesn't happen, you still got one more chance. Um, and we'll go from there, man. So
Man, I'm going to put it on the shirt, man. Just win. Just win. Let's put that on the shirt, man.
that's the motto for this week, man. Just win. Win and you win. I've been saying it. Win and you are in. You just need one. You just need one, man. So yeah, man, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us on tonight, man. If y'all have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Facebook or um, on the Cujo for Life podcast page. But if we're friends on Facebook, it's just better to reach me out on there. If you have any information that you feel like I should know or something that I missed, any kind of bulletin material or whatever, man, just send it to me. Um, Marcy, you got my number. If there's anything I need to know, shoot it to me, holler at me. It don't matter. We'll get it out there ASAP, man. So good luck to the freshmen, the JV, as well as the varsity this week, taking on Midlothian. Also, before I get out of here, shout out to Miss Freeman, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. I know she's tuned in. She sent me something, and I just want to read this before I get out of here, man. So Jack Freeman, who is the first year offense, I'm sorry, yeah, first year O line coach. is, let's see, he will be inducted into the Midlothian ISD Athletics Hall of Honor, class of 2025.
Okay.
So Jack Freeman, the fourth, McKenna Henderson, and Charles Wright. So man, there was only three individuals, and he is class of 2025 Midlothian ISD Hall of Honor, man. So congratulations to him on his career that started in Midlothian, later went on to play at U of H, and now we have the luxury of having him as our O line coach. So shout out to
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Freeman, and thank you, Miss Freeman, for sending me that information. I know you're a proud mother, and to see him going out here and putting it all on the line each week, I know you have no regrets, and I know he doesn't have any regrets. So shout out to the Freeman family, man. We are definitely glad to have you guys here in Tyler for sure. Let's see. Other than that, man, I'm good, bro.
I'm good too, man.
All right. Well, hey, man, we will be back next week, and man, I'll just say so. I had my schedule has been crazy, so that's why I had to move it to Wednesday this week and last week. Um, so Jeremy, he's been um, man, just so willing, to be able to work with my schedule. So
Mhm.
man, I appreciate you, bro, because sometimes it's last
Yeah.
minute and my days get crazy. So, and I appreciate y'all showing up on a Wednesday
Mm.
when we are
We having
normally here
some
on
late
Monday.
nights too, man.
Yeah,
Life be life and sometimes, man.
life be life, and man, man, that need to be a shirt too, bro. Yeah, hey, that need to be a shirt too, bro. So yeah, the plan is to come back here Monday. So I'll post Sunday for sure what day we'll be on. The plan is to come back Monday. It looks good right now, and man, we just want to bring some energy Monday because we got to win and we go into the playoffs. So I'm gonna claim it right now, man.
Yeah, we gonna
I'm gonna
claim
leave
it,
it at that.
man.
Yeah. All right. Well, man, that's it for me. I'm your host, DJ Trill. Man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to the co-host, Mr. Jeremy Meredith. We will see you
All right.
guys next week. Cujo for Life, the podcast. We out.
All right.